Good morning. Today I'll be doing an example problem from your choice board under measurement that's worth $3. It says look in a cookbook and find 20 different bread recipes and write down how much flour each of them use. Then create a line plot from the data, and after that it wants you to write 5 word problems using your numbers. So I went through and I found some bread recipes. I didn't find 20 because they wouldn't fit on the board here, but I found as many as I could that would fit in our space. White bread with 2.5 cups, whole wheat with 3 cups, 9 grain with 2 cups of flour, potato bread with 2.5 cups, sourdough 4 cups, cheesy bread 3 cups, zucchini bread 3.5, and banana bread used 3 cups of flour. So now I'm going to take my data and I have to create the line plot. So I'll put my arrows at both ends. Remember, lines go in both directions forever and ever and ever. And I'm looking at my data and I see that my smallest number looks like it's 2.5. I've got a couple of those. And our biggest number looks like it's 4. So on my line plot here, I need to make the data where the line plot go at least to those numbers and maybe just a little bit further. So I'm going to start at 1. Since 2.5 is the next, I could have started at 2, but I'll give ourselves a little more room. And then I'll go up to 5, since that's 1 more than 4 also. And I'll put 2, 3, and 4 down. And I also need to put in our halves because I have some halves here as well. So halfway between 1 and 2, half, 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 and I'll write that in. 1.5, 2 and 1/2, 3.5, 4.5. All right, now I'm going to go and look at the data, and for each measurement I have, I'm going to put an X on the line plot where that measurement falls. So for white bread at 2.5 cups, I'll find 2.5 on the line plot, and I'll put an X there where that's at to represent one recipe has 2.5 cups of flour, and we'll check that off. Then whole wheat uses 3 cups of flour, so we'll find that on the line plot and put in an X there for 3.5 cups. 9 grain uses 2 cups of flour, so we'll put an X at 2. Check that off. Potato bread uses 2.5 cups. We'll put another X here. Now I've already got one because the white bread uses 2.5 cups. So I'm going to put a second X now to represent that I have 2 recipes, white bread and potato bread using 2.5 cups of flour. Sourdough bread uses 4 cups. We'll put an X there. Check that off. Cheesy bread uses 3 cups. So we'll put another X here. You see, we already had a 3 from whole wheat, so it'll be 2 X's on this one as well. Zucchini bread uses 3.5. And banana bread uses 3. So now I'm going to put a third X above the 3. Not because it says 3, but because I have 3 recipes, whole wheat, cheesy bread, and banana bread that use 3 cups of flour. 1, 2, 3. So in all, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 recipes, and I should have 8 X's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1 X for each of my amounts. You'll have 20 because in the problem you need to do 20 recipes. So you'll have more across the board. We can see that most of my X's fall in this area between 2 and 4. I don't have anything less than 2. I don't have anything more than 4. If I did, it would be called an outlier, something that's drastically different than the others. But line plots are usually just used to help you visualize the data and see where most of your data falls. So now if I was going to be doing a word problem, I could say something like, how many total cups of flour would I be using if I made all 20 bread recipes? Or how many cups of flour would I need if I just made sourdough, potato, and 9 grain bread? Or I could say, what's the difference between the most amount of flour used and the least amount of flour used? When you do your word problems. Don't forget to come up with the answer as well. We'll do one here real quick. Let me erase this line plot. So let's say one of my problems was how many, let's see here, I can write how much flour would be used if I made, let's see, 9 grain potato and, I don't know, zucchini bread. Don't know why I put a comma there. Okay, so then I have to find that. So 9 grain is 2 cups. Don't forget your units. Plus potato bread is 2.5 cups. And zucchini bread is 3.5 cups. And then we would add those up. I'm going to add up my whole numbers, 2 plus 2 plus 3. And then I'll add up the fractions. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 3 makes 7. A half plus a half, they stay common denominators, so I don't have to worry about that, is a whole. So I get a total of 8 cups if I were to make 9 grain potato and zucchini bread. Another type of question you could ask, I'll leave that for a second, anyone wants to see it. Another type of question you could ask would be something like, how many types of bread require 3 cups of flour? So I would write how many recipes require 3 cups of flour. And then, I don't have my line plot, I had to erase it, but you could go back into your line plot and you could go to the 3 and you could count. You could go 1, 2, 3, there were 3 X's. Or go back to your list and count, let's see, 1, 2, 3. So I would be able to answer it that way. If you have any questions, go ahead and email me or send me a message on Remind and I'll get back to you about it. But I hope to see a lot of you trying this problem today.